Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. You all didn't come here to hear me sing. All right. Just going to give it a few moments. Come on in, everybody. We are not going to be long today, but come on in. Come on in. Listen, y'all. I'm super excited tonight. I just wanted to give you all a little bit time to come on in here. Whether you all make it live or some of you all are going to watch the replay, that is fine with me. But tonight, I wanted to come on and give you all an opportunity to hear from the young lady that is going to be our master stretchologist for our Stretch in the Park event. And so those of you who are registered right now, we officially have 30 women registered for this event. I'm super excited about it. And we are going to have an amazing time. Most of you all already know me, but you do not know our amazing stretchologist that is going to grace us. She hails from the city of Chicago, state of Illinois. And so I'm super, super excited to have her. I see that she has entered the back office. And so I am going to bring her on stage. And
Woohoo!
hello.
How you do? You look so beautiful.
You do as well. Listen, you look amazing. I am so excited to see you.
I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Yes, I
And
am
just
as
to see you
well.
tomorrow and then even more excited for Saturday.
Yes, it is going to be so much fun because this is an event that it just came out of nowhere, right? It came like
It
out
did.
of nowhere. It
It
came out
really
of
did.
nowhere. And what is funny is because when I was thinking about stretching, and someone to get, you think about local, but that never resonated with me. I was like, Deniel, Deniel, Deniel. And so I got up one morning and I was just praying about it, right? I was like, okay, God, what are we gonna do about stretching the park? And he just put in my spirit, he was like, go ahead and reach out to her. And so that was the morning that
Wow.
I sent you the information. And so I was like, it is a done deal. It's just a done deal. This is where we're going. And I was like, okay, God, you doing something up in here. I was like, okay, gotta get tickets, gotta get flight, gotta get this, and here it is.
And it just happened just like that. Here's my side of it though.
Okay.
I went out of the country with about 24 of my cousins. And ever since I've been back, I'm like, that's one of my love. Travel is one of my loves. So I was telling my sister, I love yoga. I love traveling. I got to find a way to combine these two that very day you called me. I'm about to cry now just thinking about that. That same day you called.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not kidding. My sister's name is Lazita, and I told her that. And I couldn't believe it. That so when you said that, it was so surreal. It just it didn't even really register. Like, what? Really? We are going to have a great time. This is what should have happened. This is how it should have went. It
Yes.
was too easy, you
It
know?
was too easy. And it's so interesting because it reminds me when the Lord says that the blessings of the Lord brings wealth and he adds no sorrow with it. He adds no toil. So it's supposed to be easy when his hand is in it.
Absolutely.
So you didn't
Absolutely.
tell me that. You
No,
didn't
I
tell me
didn't.
that part.
I didn't even tell many people are just finding out that I'm going. I haven't told many people at all. And I never really do. I never really tell people what I'm doing anyway. I got to get out of that. But it really has been surreal for me and something, um, almost something so personal that meant for me. And then the fact that it was you. of all people, the fact that it was you. I mean, I feel blessed to be included. I appreciate you so much for thinking of me, because you could have brought so many wonderful instructors. You know, there are so many awesome yoga instructors. So I'm so honored that I'm going to be joining you, a born teacher from day one.
Woo! Come on now. We
Really,
go way back. We
way back.
go way back. You all listen, before we jump into the event, let me tell you, back in the day, Danielle was the woman that I was like, if I could walk like her, if I could dress like her, if I could stand like her, can I hold my hand like her? It was everything about Danielle. I was so impressed with this woman. I was like, what Danielle doing? What Danielle think about it? What Danielle? It was like Danielle was like my superhero, my
Wow.
superwoman, and it was all about Danielle. I was like, if Danielle ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. What Danielle wearing today? Where you get your clothes at, Danielle? You know, I was like, where you go shopping at? So it's like to be in this place where we are about to connect after all of these years. They gonna see me crying somewhere in there, and I'll be like, I got it together.
You almost got me today. So it's already started.
So I am so excited. And just to even hear that you was just telling someone that I want to combine travel and yoga. And then that's the day I called. That's just God saying, okay, the two is connected. There's no need for a delay. There's no
And
need for delay.
and then the fact that I don't get any dings on Messenger. So I all of that is silenced because I use my phone for my job. And so I'm always on the phone. And then the fact that I was able to catch it on a day that I'm really busy. Oh, let me mute
Mhm.
my phone. So it just amazing.
It
Just
is.
an amazing unfolding.
It is. And so listen, for y'all who are already on, I see your comments. I tried to put them up there. We definitely want to welcome you. You can see we were just chit chatting, and you all was just kind of getting the inside eavesdropping on it. So we were just chit chatting, reminiscing about the days of old, but still knowing that our best days are still ahead of us. And
Absolutely.
so I am excited to really be able to introduce to you a sister, a friend, I remember when myself, and another young lady, we were at a coffee shop in Milwaukee on the east side by, where the lake and everything. And we were talking about things that we wanted to do, which we just put it out there in the atmosphere. And I can honestly tell you that we all are doing
Mhm.
what we said we wanted to do. Even though we didn't have a plan that time, we didn't have a strategy, we just put the words out there in the atmosphere, and thank God that he listened to them, right?
Wow.
They came from a place of from our heart. And so I really want to introduce you all to our master stretchologist for our Stretch in the Park with Coach LaShonda, Deniel LaTrice. And this event is going to be this Saturday, and it is designed to help women embark on a healing journey. And it is a journey from past or any current emotional hurts. Ladies, I don't know about you, but I have dealt with some emotional hurts, and I can tell you there is a difference between when you're coping with hurt versus when you are healed from hurt. And so now that we've had our chit chat, I do want to introduce you to who we call on Facebook Deniel LaTrice, who I call Sister Deniel.
Wow.
And she's going to be a part of this event. And I want to make sure that she get an opportunity to share with you all the power of stretching with everyone. And so I'm gonna keep saying, Sister Deniel, share with us a little bit about yourself. What led you into this industry? Because I remember when you said you wanted to be a personal trainer. I remember
Wow.
that as if it was yesterday.
Me too.
So,
I have taught me, you, and Ozara. I'll
yes,
never forget that day.
yep.
Um,
It was early morning.
Early morning, and we were all coming to the end and the beginning at the same time.
Yep.
We were in similar places.
Yep.
But we had that meeting and it was just so good. And look at us. And it's so interesting how you think something is going to go. We could not have planned where we were going to be. We couldn't
Mhm.
have planned where we and landed where we are now. It never unfolds the way you think it's going to unfold.
That's
But
right.
when your heart is open and you are in alignment with your own desires and with your higher power, it unfolds in magical ways.
Yes.
And all of us are still connected. Is That's the best part,
I
to
know
witness to each other's journey and
exactly.
where it came from.
Yeah, I'm in Missouri, you in Illinois, and she's in Texas.
Right.
But we were all in Wisconsin.
Exactly.
she
Headed
was-
somewhere else.
she decided to go hot, and we still kind of hanging out in the cold.
Right. Exactly.
that we got to change that. But
Right.
um, man, we were there for each other's children being born.
You're in so many stories that I tell. Because as you may remember, my second birth was a traumatic birth, and
Hmm.
it was you. You guys were there for my second son being born and my first son sitting in a chair and everybody forgetting about him because they were all hands on deck for me. And
Hmm.
they said, "Mommy," and they turned around and saw his little self sitting in that chair and they said, "Get him out of here." And y'all took him. And I was one of those mothers that were like, "Nobody touch my children, my children." And I wasn't even concerned when I found out who had my son that y'all had.
And now look at them.
Amazing. Right.
Now look at them. College
And grown.
and
Grown.
grown. College and grown. And
Yep.
so listen, y'all, Kansas City is definitely the place to be. And I am super excited. And so I really want to start because we're not going to be on here long. I wanted to start by just really giving everyone an overview of what they really can expect this Saturday with Stretch in the Park with Coach LaShonda and Master Stretchologist Deniel LaTrice. So, this event is all about creating a safe and supportive space for women to have fun and to set the stage for women to heal from past and even current emotional wounds rather than just coping with them. And the reason why this is so important is because we've heard hurting people hurt people.
Oh,
Well, look, as a parent, do you want to parent your child from a hurting place or a healed place? As a business owner, do you want to run your business from a healed place or hurting place? As a leader, do you want to lead from a healed place or hurting place?
absolutely.
Everyone will say, right, we want to do all of this from a healed place, but it takes work. It takes work. And so, what Stretch in the Park is about, it's about combining physical stretching techniques, which will be led by Sister Danielle, and then it's going to take as well mindfulness practices guided by me. And so, together, these two elements will help women begin the journey towards living their best emotionally healed lives. That,
Absolutely.
that's what it's about.
And beautiful. And healing is a lifelong process.
Hmm.
There are so many things that emotional things that are trapped in our bodies that we may not even be aware are still there. I have had people in my class come up to me and say, "I don't know why I was crying, but when we did this pose and those words were said, I just started crying and I can't even tell you why."
Wow.
And if you cannot point to what made you cry, know that those emotions having a place to be released from, that your body has been holding on to that. The body always keeps score. The
Mm,
body always keeps score. And sometimes we, especially women, we have so many things on us and we have to keep marching on all the time. So we don't always take time to deal with past hurts or even traumas. And so sometimes those things get lodged in our body and they may become pains in your back or
Mm-hmm.
a pain in the neck. Sometimes we say words that we don't know where they came from. She's a pain in my butt. He gave me a headache. That's because those types of emotional paradigms actually imprint on your body when you don't deal with it. And so they get trapped in your heart. And there was some research done that correlated women who have dealt with a lot of resentment or
Mm-hmm.
haven't dealt with a lot of resentment, I should say, but they're in a resentful space, a hurt space that they haven't dealt with, have higher incidences of breast cancer, heart issues, men that feel a sense of a loss of power or masculinity. They tend to have issues with prostate or issues like that. So many things can be linked to the body. And what that means is so powerful and encouraging that just by opening up my heart and not being afraid to really truly accept myself in this moment, flaws and imperfections, I can truly begin the process of healing. I can truly humble myself and allow myself to heal every day. um and every day is a reminder of what work you have to do. None of us, we could live 1,000 years and not have reached that perfection that we all are
Mm-hmm.
looking for, because
Mm-hmm.
we're students in this earth school. All
Mm-hmm.
of us are still students,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I love that you are putting this together, the whole idea behind it. And I think that um when women come together, powerful things happen,
Yes,
you know,
we know this.
forward to.
We know this. And this is why, and this is probably why society really comes hard against the women, because we know when you teach a man, you teach an individual. But when you teach a woman, you teach a whole nation.
Absolutely.
And so there are so many attacks against the woman, so many attacks against the woman. And we are so powerful, especially when we come together. We
Right.
are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. And so I just love those facts that you have brought to it, to talk about that the body keeps score,
Right.
and it will hold on to the emotional hurt, and it will show up as a physical sign.
Right.
Man, that's something that you don't even think about. I didn't even know that when we put this together. So
Right.
we
Right.
we about to learn some stuff.
From her. And that's what I love, because when we are showing up together as our authentic selves and we're not afraid to come as we are, love ourselves, you have a message for me. I have a message for you, and the participants have a message.
Yes.
There is so much to learn from each other, um, because we're all teachers. At
Hmm.
the end of every yoga class, I say the teacher, the student, and the light in me sees and honors the teacher, the student, and the light in each and every one of you. Because sometimes I'm the teacher, and then
Hmm.
sometimes the people who call themselves my students are the teacher.
Yes.
And I'm always in a space or I always want to be in a space where I don't really so much resonate with being a teacher, but more so a student teacher,
Hmm. Hmm.
because there's always more that I can learn. I'm looking forward to learning from you. You have always had a really powerful way to synthesize what you've been taught. And then you teach it from your own perspective, and it's so much more powerful coming from,
Thank you.
and it affects people in a different way coming from you, you
I
know.
appreciate that. And it was, and that's why it's so important just to be authentic, because you have a personality that there are people in the world that will only receive the message through your personality,
Right.
and mine as well. And so we're never in competition with each other, because guess what? I can't be you, you can't be me, but guess what? I can be the best version of myself. And if I'm striving to be the best version of myself, then I'm my competition.
You create your own lane,
Yes.
and uncrossable.
Yes, yes. Don't come over here.
Don't come over here.
Right. And when you do them stretches, listen, I'm not about to take my left leg and put over my right shoulder. I saw you do it. Don't even, we not doing that. I didn't want to scare the sister. I was like, look, this is what
Exactly.
she's capable of doing. But understand, she understand that we are beginners.
Beginners. Absolutely.
Man,
And
I
I
was like,
always say
that's
in
her
class,
foot.
well, ego is not your amigo. I say that to my class because I'll show one version of a pose and then I'll show another version for those who have been practicing for a long time just to challenge them. And I say,
Mhm.
but remember, ego is not your amigo.
Right.
Ego will never be your friend. So you could force your body. I used to do it all the time. When I first became an instructor, um, everybody was advanced. I was new to yoga. And I would leave out of there walking crooked and sideways because I did something my body was not really capable of because I wanted to do what they were doing and I wasn't there. So I was doing something out of ego and not respecting where I was. I wasn't being kind really to myself and where
Mm,
and respecting my level, you know?
mhm. And that's a great piece about mindfulness is to be okay with where you are right now, because you shouldn't, we shouldn't be in a place where we're talking about the good old days, because what we're doing is we're saying to our spirit that, guess what, I can't take her further because she's still focused on those days behind. But we are saying our best days are still ahead of us.
Absolutely.
And so be gentle and be okay with ourselves. And I had a question for you, but I think you kind of answered it, but I'll ask it just in case you want to add something else. Because the other day I sent you a text message and I was asking you, how does stretching and emotional healing go hand in hand to facilitate the emotional healing? And you really gave a profound answer, and some of it you said today, where the body keeps score. But is there anything else you want to add to that? Because your answer was definitely profound.
Well, thank you. And I study profound teachers.
Okay.
So I really can't take credit for any profundity that comes from because the teachers are, I'm standing on all of their shoulders
Okay.
and I'm processing and learning in my own way and at my own pace. But the body does keep score. So sometimes we're used to being strong and we're used to having to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there are spaces where you better be strong. Because if a
Mm-hmm.
bull runs through that room that you're sitting in right now, you better be strong enough to run out the door or fight the bull or freeze and hope the bull can't see you. But then there are, so in those circumstances, we don't need an open heart. The reason why our hearts close is to protect and conserve energy so that you
Mm-hmm.
have all the energy that you need to escape this threat.
Right.
But we have begun to do that even when there is no real threat. And we learned it as children. We learned to protect our heart because somebody that didn't even mean to hurt you in a certain kind of way. And it happens so easily. And these things, and it's really the trauma is not what happened. The trauma is how you processed what
Yeah.
happened.
Yep.
And so that still lives in us. And you have to allow that. Some things we are aware of and some things we are not aware of. And so what I have found in my own yoga practice is I'm not as hard. I'm not, I don't feel like I have to be as strong as I used to feel like I had to be. It's okay that I cry sometimes, that I get emotional,
Mm-hmm.
or that touched me in a certain kind of way, or my feelings were hurt in a certain kind of way. That's okay. And what yoga really does, it helps me to accept myself, which has
Mm.
been a lifelong journey for me. Because every time I feel like I got it, something happens to say maybe you don't got it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's another level to your gottedness.
Mm-hmm.
That time for yoga practice is just a time for you to find stillness, to find yourself in the moment, and to actually just allow all of these triggers and everything to just be released from your body. So it doesn't happen in a day, but we can begin the process. So if this
Mhm.
is the first day some of the ladies are showing up, I hope for it to become a lifelong practice. Excuse me, whether they practice with an instructor or just with themselves.
Mhm.
Be able to take the principles that you bring, some of the moves that I bring, and add those things together. And maybe 5 minutes, 3 times a week, they will see a big difference, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally as well.
I'm so happy that you said 5 minutes because some people may be thinking 20, 30, 40, and it can be all of that.
Right,
But you said 5 minutes. And so just listening to you, um, what I hear you saying is that stretching is not just about physical flexibility.
right.
It can also release emotional tension and
Yeah,
stress. And
absolutely.
so when we stretch, we are allowing, you hear that word, ladies? Allowing our bodies to release pent up energy and emotions.
Right. Absolutely. 100%.
That is so, and so when you think about that and then combine it with mindfulness, which helps the participants become more aware of their thoughts and of their emotions, because a lot of people like to sweep stuff under the rug, but just because you swept it under the rug doesn't mean it went anywhere, because now you look at the rug and the rug is now a whole mountain
Right.
because there's so much beneath it. And so the mindfulness part allows you to become aware of your thoughts and aware of your emotions. And it allows you to be present in the moment so you can acknowledge your feelings and then find healthy ways to process and release them. Like you said, it's not about what happens, it's about what you do about what has happened.
Right.
Because we may not have been responsible for what happened to us, but we are definitely responsible for what we do next.
Right. Absolutely.
And so that's where my part comes in, where I'm now going to share. I will share with you some ways. Let's acknowledge this. Let's get into, let's write out like one of the journal exercises. I'm gonna have you write out the emotions, write them out. But then I'm gonna give you and identify triggers. But then I'm gonna give you some things that you can do to process them. And so once you know these things, knowing what to do and doing them are two different things. You have to do them, right?
Absolutely.
Nobody gonna come in there and stretch you. You
Right.
better get that leg over there.
Yes, the teacher can only open the door, but every student has to walk through on.
Yeah. This is gonna be so much fun. So listen, I know I can't take all your evening because you got to get on a flight tomorrow.
Uh,
You got to get on a flight. And so listen, as you all can see, ladies, this is going to be a powerful combination which God put together. If you got on late, please go back and listen, because I know what God gave me. But today, Sister Danielle shared her side of it, which was unbeknownst to me. I had no idea. And so, for those of you who are wondering who can attend, listen. Stretch in the Park with Coach LaShonda and Master Stretchologist Deniel LaTrice is really open to all women who are looking to connect with other like-minded women, women who desire to heal from emotional wounds, whether they are dealing with a past trauma or even a current challenge, and women who are just really, really ready to live life from a place of healed, restored, and wholeness. And so, if you are that woman and you are ready to take maybe the first step towards emotional healing in a supportive community, I promise you, this event is absolutely for you. And so I'm just going to go ahead and share for those of you who are not already registered. Let me get this up here so you can just go to the website. Where you at? Okay, there you go. You can go to lashondalee.com/events and get yourself registered. Like I said, we have 30 women already registered. So I'm sitting here like, yes, I went out today, got the fruit. Tomorrow I'll get the water and the sandwiches. And so it's gonna be 2 hours. I guess I'm planning like this a 5 hour event. But
I-
it's gonna be just 2 hours. But in these 2 hours, it's gonna be impactful.
right.
It's going to be impactful. And so, Sister Neil, any closing remarks that you would like to share before we go ahead and end tonight's
I would
discussion?
invite as many people as you can. If you feel like you are on the precipice of something new in your life, maybe certain things that you need to let go of, maybe things that you need to be stronger in, this is a great start for that. If you have a feeling of stuckness,
Hmm.
this is great for that because we're just coming together to formally say, my intention is to be better, to do better, and at the same time, to embrace, accept, and love myself as I am right here, right now, embracing myself 100%. Because when we embrace ourselves and we learn to, because sometimes somebody has to teach us
Yes.
how to completely embrace ourselves. Um,
Yes.
but that is what our intention is. And when we can do that, that's sometimes the only true way to transcend the flaws and imperfections
Hmm.
that are in our lives, is that we accept and love ourselves 100%. So if you thinking about it, you've been thinking about it, like, do I feel like doing that? Then that means you're supposed to come. If
Hmm.
your eyes saw this and you still on the bubble, it's you're not seeing this for any reason. You press play or you heard about this for a reason. So begin to understand and know there are no real coincidences.
Yes.
Everything, we get a sign and an answer every day, all day, but
Hmm.
not, we think so little of ourselves. Well, who would be changing all these events for little old me? You are a God,
Yes.
children of the Most High God.
That's right.
So, yeah, mountains will be moved for you. So, what is a coincidence? Nothing is happenstance. So, if you're watching this, I hope to meet you on Saturday.
Yes.
I think that's what this means. If you are watching this, this
Hmm.
is time.
It is time.
It's
It is
time.
time. So I'm gonna bring my dictionary too because I did not forget. I was like, yeah, she loves words. When we were younger, Sunil would say a word, I'll be like, get this dictionary. What you say? How you spell it? And you're still that person. So I'll come with my dictionary.
That
So when you see a
is
word, I'll be like, what? What you say? You read the dictionary for fun?
that is hilarious.
Yeah, but that was you.
Wow, really? You know what? People do say that. Like, now say what now? Say what? Um, because I'm country as all get out, as they may already hear. So it's always funny to me when people say that, but people do
Uh-huh.
wait, back up.
Like say that like a fifth grade. What? So
Right.
it's like, okay, I'm gonna look that word up. I'm gonna do this while we here, but wait till we get away. I'm gonna look that word up. Be like I'm gonna use it in a sentence.
Right.
So, well, listen. I am so happy we got an opportunity to
Me too.
connect tonight, and I'll be ready to receive you tomorrow. And we're gonna hang out by the plaza, get us some food to
Yay.
eat, and so I'm excited about it. And yeah, and if anything come up, just let me know.
Thank you so much. I can't do enough for this opportunity. I'm so excited to see you and to meet the great ladies of Kansas City. Bring your peeps out because the more
Yes.
merrier. We're gonna have a good time.
We're going to have an amazing time. So, listen, everybody, thank you all so much for your comments. Thank you for being here. You could have been doing anything else Thursday evening because football is on. I understand. But you decided to hang out with us. Do us a favor and just share this video if you have not already done so. Share it, share it, share it. And we look forward to seeing you on this Saturday. Danielle, I love you and I can't wait
Love
to see you
you.
tomorrow.
All right.
All
Thank you.
right. You are welcome.
See you
See you
soon.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.